Hey guys, what's up? It's me, TheForchizzle, and this is episode 1 of Is It Overpowered? I ran a series similar to this on my own channel a good while back, and it was it was okay. It didn't go so well. I sort of gave up on it. But anyway, so today I'm covering the UMP-45. Now, just to go over some basic facts before we get into the gameplay. The UMP-45, now this is from Battlelog, and I have a plugin for Google Chrome that adds more detail towards Battlelog, and that is the Battlefield hub, so to speak. Now, the UMP-45 is German built. It is a fully automatic personal defense weapon noted for its versatility and optimal mobility. Essentially an improved version of the MP5, the UMP-45 is functionally similar but substantially cheaper to manufacture and includes several modern upgrades such as the top and forward accessory rail. The UMP-45 is well rounded and capable as a personal defense weapon. Now, it has auto fire, single shot fire and burst fire, and its rate of fire is 600 rounds per minute. For its ammunition, it has a 25 round mag using a .45 ACP. I pronounce that ACAP. It's also using the M1911 pistol Colt, and it's a short range weapon. As I said before, it is a PDW, which is a personal defense weapon. Sorry, my throat is on me today. But now I have a lot of other details here which I won't go into too much because a lot of them are just unnecessary. But starting off, the bullet speed is 320 meters per second and the bullet drop is 15 meters per second. The reload time is 1.85 seconds, and the reload when empty, that's if you've shot a whole clip, is 2.7 seconds because usually you have to cock the gun. Now, the maximum distance that you can shoot is 480 meters, and the time for it to get to that maximum distance is 1.5 seconds. So that means you're going to have to severely aim down the sight. Like, you're going to have to really trace your shots if you want to be hitting people at that range, but you're not going to be hitting people at that range. Now, the first bullet tends to be, if you're going for a headshot, on target. Sometimes you may hit about a centimeter off. Then from then on, the recoil isn't very high at all on this gun, but the spread of bullets can be quite high up. It's a vertical spread, not a random spread like some guns. But on this, it tends to go upwards and outwards in a cone shape, an inverted cone shape, upwards from the head. Now, the damage per bullet is 25 in 1 meters, and 5 meters it is still 25. In 10 meters it is 22.8 damage, in 15 meters 21.6, and it tends to move down progressively in small decimals until you get to about 30 meters, where it goes from 18.3 to 16 to 13.8, which is 30 meters to 40 meters to 50 meters, and from then on it's 13.8 up until 480, which is the maximum range, as I said earlier. Now, the time to kill someone in distance wise from 1 meter would be 400 to 300 milliseconds, and that's from 400 in hardcore, 400 normal, and 300 in hardcore. Now, I tend to play hardcore, so that's going to be 300 for me, and I'm just going to read out the hardcore mode version only. So then it tends to move down from 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters, 40 meters, 50 meters, 60 meters, 70 meters, 80 meters, 100 meters, 150 meters, or milliseconds, not meters, from 300, 303, 306, 410, 413, 516, 519, 526, 532 and 548 milliseconds per kill. Now, the bullets to kill in normal and hardcore, and I will only read out hardcore because that's all I ever play, are basically for up to 20 meters it's 3 bullets, up to 40 meters it's 4 bullets, and then from then on it is going to be 5 bullets. Now, that is basically it. Apart from that, my opinions on the gun are it is a very good gun. Not exactly amazing compared to others. I mean, there are obviously guns out there that you can completely own with, you can really dominate with. Like the M16 is just overpowered and such like that. But other than that, it has low recoil compared to most guns. Its rate of fire could be higher, but then it would burn through its mag a lot quicker, and it would be less tactical weapon and it would be even more close quarters after that. Now onto the gameplay. I am playing Rush on Tehran Highway on Battlefield 3 Hardcore. Now I'm not sure. I think this is a 200 ticket server. I don't know. I played this a while back. I just took the gameplay. And now I'm sorry about this bit of the game, as it goes black on my screen for some reason. I'm not sure why. This has happened a few times now, but I should be able to fix. There we go, it's back. But I should be able to fix this soon enough, and I will try and look for some fixes whenever I can. But so as you can see, we're on to our second base. We lost our first base. I didn't have it recorded. I noticed that it was going quite well, so I started recording. In the first base, we originally were doing really well. We were really holding back the enemy team, and we were holding our ground pretty well. We had spawn beacons up. I think I was playing a different class for about a minute, but then I switched over to this, and I played with this for the rest of the game. Now I'm also using the RPG 7v2 and I don't know, I possibly am using the repair tool. I possibly am using the EOD bot, which is commonly referred to as Wally among me and some friends of mine and a lot of other people on the interwebs. And I'm also using the MP-443 Grach pistol, which was a popular pistol in Battlefield Bad Company 2, and is also a popular pistol in this game. Even though you only start off with it, it's still pretty well rounded pistol. I'm using a frag, grenade, whatever, all the knife. I'm not sure which specialization I'm using. I think it is either squad flak, which gives me a slight amount more of damage resistance, or it is a squad frag, which gives me 2 grenades on my bandolier instead of 1 grenade, which is the standard. Now, as you can see, we've moved on to our second base now. We've lost our first objective. We lost that objective because basically we let a tank get past our lines, because we were focusing more so on the right flank, because that tends to be where enemies come from. But these guys decided to pull a sneaky one, pop on down the left flank, and completely take our team by surprise. And I was playing with some noobs, and I even managed to come second on the leaderboard, and I was first for a good bit of this game. At this point I just pull out the pistol. Oh yeah, sorry, it's an MP-443 Grach tactical, which means it has a tactical light, which is a flashlight on the top of it for dark areas. I just put it on because it tends to blind enemies, and it needs to be nerfed, in all fairness. But at this point I just switch up the loadout a bit. I originally had a flash suppressor, I had a foregrip, and I had a red dot sight, but now I switch over to the Cobra red dot sight, the suppressor, and a laser sight for more just being a sneaky person, being able to no scope, which is good in hardcore because that tends to be needed a lot. And by no scope with it, I mean as in just not hold down a scope and use the laser sight to aim, because it is quite useful. The Cobra is more detailed and it doesn't have a dot blocking out where you're shooting, so it's quite easier to shoot with. And I've still got the MP-443. But that is basically it. We win this game. We keep holding them at this base. It goes really well. As you can see here, I'm just checking out if there's a guy. There was a guy, obviously. I thought he was just going prone, so I started knifing. Obviously, I got no result out of that. Then I started jumping about like a madman, trying to avoid bullets. I end up going up here, I get a kill, but I get killed pretty quickly by the Amtrak, which is, I believe it's slightly overpowered in that it's got a grenade launcher and it's invincible, basically. Like the thing, I think it takes like 4 RPGs or more to destroy the Amtrak. I mean, it's just insane how a vehicle can take that many and yet still hold up and still be a capable weapon, or tank even, to like that can fly around and drive, or not fly around, god, it doesn't fly, and drive around, just like acts as a spawn point for your whole team. But that is really my opinion on the Amtrak there, right there, in a nutshell. But at this point, I think I got frustrated a while ago at my team. I started, getting abusive at them in the chat, which I think it worked because we won in the end. So now I'm going negative at this point, but I'm playing the objective. I'm keeping the enemy out of our base. So unless you're from COD, like if you're from COD, from a COD background, there just got a nice little large amount of points just from doing that. That was the Amtrak there that I disabled, and then some other guy had mines all around it, and that guy got his head shoved into a wall. But oh crap, what was I talking about? Oh no. A project that's launching tonight, I believe, and tonight is the 21st of May 2012, if you're wondering. So as you can see, the game's coming up to a close. I got a nice kill here, I believe. Yep, this is it. This is pretty cool. I like this bit. Yeah. Also, the other day, I shot down a jet in Battlefield with the tank, and I got it recorded. I was playing with Killian Hoyne, and he's Mega Human Beings, and I was playing Martin, and he's Super Big Jack. I genuinely don't know why he called himself that, but they're good to play with, playing some tactical gameplay. And the game's just over, so thank you all for watching. I would really appreciate if you subscribed. Check out the other channels. I will have a link to mine in the description, and if you please like the video and favorite it, it really helps us out. So I'll see you all later, and make sure to check out all the other commentators on the channel. I have more content coming to you soon on Friday, I believe. Bye.